Please stay tuned for a tour of a studio apartment and a tour of the building itself, so that you have an idea of the kind of quality apartments that Tsavo is putting up. So there's always a concern that they call them either pre-construction apartments or homes, or off-plan homes or apartments, especially in Kenya.
Yeah.
And we speak about Kenya. They never complete them, or they complete them a year later. So people are staying away from them. What makes the Tsavo complete their units on time? And I think you've mentioned a few units that you've completed. And why does that? Why because I've done my due diligence, and I know that Tsavo is one of the companies that you locally owned, and they complete their projects and you deliver on time.
Yeah.
Why are you able to do that? And it's been such a problem for a long time in this industry.
That's a good question. So I'd like to start when Tsavo started. Tsavo started back in 2015. If you look at the history of real estate in 2015, that is when most companies were not doing well.
Right.
Yeah. Most companies is when investors, or rather Kenyans, had a bad experience with most of the big players back then. But for us at Tsavo, that's when we started, and we also started off-plan.
Right.
So what would make someone want to invest in Tsavo and you've had a bad experience maybe somewhere else? So number one is we give you a payment plan of up to 5 years. And before investing in Tsavo, we do ask you, take a tour across all the projects that you have completed. Get to see what we've done, what we are doing, and what we intend to start.
Right.
That will give you a bit of confidence to come to start even investing in real estate. Ask the right questions. Do the due diligence when it comes to the land that we are building in. Use your lawyers to ensure that before you invest, your mind is clear and you've done the due diligence. So for Tsavo, we've been grateful that we've been able to deliver our projects on time. So we take 2 years to construct a project from when we after excavation and we've done the foundation, 2 years to complete the project. Because excavation and building of foundation, that takes a bit of time. But from when we have started officially casting, we take 2 years to complete a project. We have never had projects that have gone on over 2 years.
When I came across Tsavo, you're very big on this concept called the FIRE concept. So what does FIRE concept mean? Maybe you can let us know what the acronym stand for, and what does it mean? Why are you so big on the FIRE concept?
If you look at most people, they are not educated about what financial independence is. And financial independence is getting to a point where your passive investments, by passive investments I mean what is coming to your account every month, is enough to sort your lifestyle. You have made your money work for you. You're no longer working for money. You have made your money, you have invested. Right now it's now for you to enjoy your return. So for us, what we are very passionate about and what we preach is FIRE. FIRE is getting now to a point where today if I say I no longer want to go to work, my investments are enough to sustain my lifestyle. So that's what we normally preach. At Tsavo, you first of all start by identifying your financial independence number. Financial independence number means that number that amount of money that I need every month to be able to live comfortably. And then you start working on it today, not tomorrow, today. I need 500,000, I need 300,000 to be able to retire early. Start working backwards. So you start by asking yourself, so from this amount of money that I have, my financial independence number, how much can I be able to afford right now? Is it that studio that's giving me a rent income of 13,500? I have already taken the first step. But with discipline and consistency, slowly by slowly you'll be working towards that number. It's not something that you'll get within 2 years, it's not something that you'll get within 3 years. Will probably take you about 15 years to get to financial independence. But the moment you get there, you will look back and say, I have finally made it. I just needed to make the first step. And that's what we are heavy on. We are very heavy on financial independence, because if you look at the previous generations that have come before us, most of our parents and our parents' parents, they did not understand really what fire is.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But right now, I would like to say that we live in a woke generation. Yeah, where information is there. You just need to be disciplined enough and to be consistent in what you're doing, and you'll be able to get to financial independence. So for us, our purpose at Tsavo is to enable investors achieve financial independence through low risk, high return, affordable, amazing apartments.
Okay. So low risk,
high return, affordable, amazing apartments.
Affordable, amazing, yeah. So what's your rate of return normally, your average rate of return?
Our average rate of return, our gross average rate of return is above 8.5%.
8.5, yeah.
8.5%. So if today I buy a studio for 1.8, the gross rent is about 13,500. If you do some quick calculation, that's about 8.7% or 8.9%. If I buy a studio at 1.8 and the rent is 14,000, that's about 9.5% return. So for us, as Tsavo, we mainly focus on giving the investors maximum value on their investment. That is why we always are very good at choosing the locations that we do projects.
Okay. So if I come in as an investor and I say, okay, I want a bunch of apartments, right? Maybe 2 studios, 2 1-bedrooms, 2 2-bedrooms. Are there discounts because I'm buying all these apartments from you?
Yes.
Are you able to provide discounts to either repeat investor or investor who's buying a number of apartments from you?
So we do have discounts, yes. On your first unit, you will pay cash. On your second and third unit, we'll give you 3% off. On your 4th unit to your 10th unit, you will get 10% off. And then from your 11th unit onwards, you'll be getting 15%.
15%.
So that and also encourages you to, it also stimulates your fire journey. So that you're able to get to financial independence earlier.
Exactly. Wow, what an interesting concept to help us, get into financial independence. I know he mentioned a lot of numbers. We're going to pin all that information on the comment side of the channel so that you can contact Jeff directly. Obviously, like I always say, do your due diligence. I've done my due diligence, so I'm confident that Tsavo is a reputable company, especially when it comes to the affordable investment homes that are off plan. They always make sure they complete on time, but as always do your due diligence so that if you intend to invest with Tsavo, that you're making an informed decision. But even before we do a tour of Jeff has graciously offered us a tour of a studio, what a typical studio looks like, because like he said, the square footage is the same, irrespective whether it's Roysambu, Kiambu Road, wherever the unit, the properties are, the square footage is the same. So at least you have an idea of how a studio looks like. And like he said, the studios are the most sought after units because they are affordable for an investor and even for a tenant. So before we continue, we'll ask Moses here if he has any questions for Jeff.
You said you started in 2016?
2015,
okay. Do you intend to do affordable, student housing for Tsavo, or is that something that you guys plan to do in future, or it's not?
No, so for Tsavo, our target market is a bit different. We don't do student accommodation. We always target young urbanites. Young urbanites, I mean people that are aged between 20 to about 35, someone who's working and is able to afford our apartments.
All right. Now, is there any credit checks that you do before you say if you're gonna be selling some of your apartments to maybe an investor? Do you have a way of doing a credit check to know whether they be able to make the payments for that units they'll be buying?
So for us, mainly what we do give you full information upfront about the purchase price and the payment plans, and then you get to choose. You get to choose on a payment plan that is flexible with your budget. So you can choose all the way from 24 months, from 12 months, from 36 months, 48 months, all the way until 60 months. You just choose a plan that is flexible for you. And do you work with any banks or any financial institutions? Do you have any? Tsavo does not associate itself with any financial institutions. All our projects are self-financed from our investors and also from Tsavo itself.
They're from investors. And you said you're expanding within. Which areas have you mainly expanded with this? Is this within this area? Which other places is Tsavo spreading out to?
Mainly at Tsavo, because we are looking at serving our investors, we are limited currently to Nairobi only, because Nairobi is where the returns are high.
Okay.
Yeah. So yes, we are looking to expand to other towns, but it's something that is still in the works.
Okay. So for now, you're best in Nairobi.
In Nairobi, in areas within Nairobi.
Pretty much around the area.
Roysambu, Embakasi, Riruta, Kiambu Road. Kiambu Road is a bit of Kiambu town, but it qualifies to be within Nairobi because it's about less than 30 minutes to the CBD.
Okay.
So Kiambu town, Kiambu town, and also upper market of Waiyaki Way and Wanye Road.
Okay.
Yeah.
And no plans of maybe going as beyond Thika, because we're right around Thika area?
It's just about the returns. The returns are lower.
Returns are lower there. Okay. Okay. All right. I think pretty much I've got the information that I need, and I believe we'll be taking a tour to see some of the investments. It's a good project for those who are of low income, and I believe it's the way to go. I think we should consider, those who are considering investing, it's a place which is ideal to invest, and we'll be giving you a tour of how it is. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I'm just about to take you on a tour of our one-bedroom unit. Yeah, karibu. So once you come in, you'll find the kitchen over here. It's an open space, open plan concept. So in this apartment, we have the kitchen just right at the door, and then you can come in and see the living room. Just enough space for somebody who's just starting life. We're very keen on people between the age of 22 to 32. That's our target market. So, and they make 70% of the Kenyan population. So that we guarantee you that you have a tenant all the time. Like for instance, in this this apartment, we are 100% occupied. We're very keen on big windows, as you can see. We have the wardrobe over here, a good size, and we actually keep on improving how we do everything with the finishing over time. So this is our 5th project. Wait until you see how our 7th project looks like, our 10th project.